What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36. Special edition show here. We got to go on over Pro Day and the different things that happened during practice over the last couple of days. So, real big question and answer. If you guys want, just going to do some housekeeping stuff here in the beginning while we get people kind of coming in and joining. Um, we're showing this on YouTube Live. If you have questions, please join Den Media Group on YouTube. I would love for you to subscribe, but check it out. Make sure you come in, ask your questions there. If you're watching it on X, Big Game James _36 at Sports Den _live, all of those different things. We appreciate those as well. Make sure click the like button. Take an opportunity to share this with another friend. Tell them to come on and join the chat. One of the things that we love to do here on this channel is, is we give back to the people who are a part of the Den Media Group family. So right now we have our March Madness giveaway for members. Membership is $3.99 all the way up to $100. Just depends on where you're at, how much you want to be able to give to the cause. All funds raised go toward our community, our MFTK Foundation's community give backs. Shout out to Michael Gaines. What's going on, brother? Please, again, consider subscribing. Once we get to 6,000 subscribers, live on my show that comes on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, Big Games BS, we will give away $500 to a lucky listener. We will give away $100 to a member, and then the amount of likes for that show to a member as well. So we'll do those things during the season. We have our fantasy football league for members. We have our weekly NFL pick'em and college football pick'em, as well as a multitude of other different things. If we get to 10,000 subs before the football season, we're giving away a pair of season tickets to a listener on the channel, as well as a parking pass with that. And we give away, I would probably do shift the giveaways to members. We'll do member giveaways for that. So if you can't purchase those tickets for the season, I've already bought mine. I'm willing to give away mine. We do 6. I purchased, I have 8 this year. 8 tickets to every FSU home game. So FSU had their pro day last Friday. Been traveling a lot. Had a hard time being able to just get there doing it. Shout out to my guy Steve the Stilt and SB Productions, who came over there, recorded a lot of the stuff. We've been uploading things over the last couple of days. We should have an entire day video clip of stuff so you can see some of the drills. We have put up clips of interviews and interactions that we've had with players. With players as well as coaches. I'm going to post some of those interactions that we had so that you guys can see it and enjoy it and kind of see what it's like to be at a pro day. If you're an all-in member of Den Media Group, you probably could have got a chance to participate and hang out at the pro day and see what it was like. A lot of families come there, a lot of NFL scouts. Antonio Pierce is there, the head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders. He also was at the Cigar Lounge the night before. You got a chance to see. There was Clinton Portis was there, former Miami Hurricane. My guy Mel, I forgot what Mel's last name is, but you'll see him. Mel is a guy who was a former Miami Hurricane as well. Tons of guys, tons of people there. Lots of intrigue, lots of fun, man. Like this group of guys, most of them, the ones that went to the combine, still doing their business at the combine, did phenomenal. Like you saw the coverage of the combine that we had. Those guys balled out, did what was necessary, and then they just stood on business, as the kids like to say. But just funny in general for no reason is Jared Verse. Jared Verse is absolutely hilarious. He is so fun to be around. And I got a little we linked up. I'm going to show a little snippet of me and him chopping it up and his parents were there. Dad was really, really cool. Dad kind of looks just like Jared, just not as wide, not as thick. Mom was amazing. This is something I think we're going to do. I'm going to actually hold him to this and hopefully be able to take him on a tour of the projects in Tallahassee. But we'll check this snippet out here.
How long you in Tallahassee?
I'm here for a minute.
All right, come to the draft. All right, cool. We're gonna take him because he talking mad trash. I'm gonna take him on the tour of the projects. I'm gonna take him on a guided tour of the projects in Tallahassee. And we're gonna see it with his. He's gonna say he's gonna walk with his ice on.
Walk with my ice on.
I can't take you to South City because South City is condominiums now. That's what Boucher from. But yeah, no, of course. If I'm there, they're gonna be like, "This Jared Verse." Yeah, all right. But you enjoyed the pro day though?
Yeah, it was cool. I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a little less intense as the goddamn combine. Yeah, well, about him now.
About that, man.
Hey, that man said you not from. He said, tell that man stop saying he's from Dayton. He definitely did say that in proper voice. How long you still?
Yeah, it was awesome. Again, you see so many of these parents, in different situations. Jared Verse, dad was like, "Hey man, tell my son to stop saying he's from Dayton or from the hood. We didn't raise no hood kid." But if you don't know Jared is a guy who's a big personality. That day, he did some on-field drills, but he was mic'd up with ESPN, ACC Network. They followed him around. He gave his own commentary, very colorful. If you want to go see some, go check out his combine interviews on Den Media Group channel as well, where you just see like how he is, how great, why he's such a good teammate, why he'll be a great pick. A lot of the draft boards, the guys that I talk to, have him anywhere from a top 10 pick, but he's really looking more so like a top 15 pick. He will more than likely be the first Nole taken off of the board. And that's cool. I think that's about right where he needed to be at. He ran what he needed to run in Indy. They did the weights, he did his measurements, he did his bench press in Indy. Again, he did more standing on business than anybody else. Another guy who I absolutely just love being around is Rob DeLoach. And Rob DeLoach is really one of the people that he's a dad that you want to be like. And he's the dad, he's everybody's pops when it comes down to this. But just for people who don't know, actually, this is just the introduction. That's Mel right there. That's actually Kalen's agent, plays for the University of Miami.
Good morning, man. So I should have went and had you, man. You got that good. That's that good hotel coffee right there. That's that 5-star hotel coffee right there, man.
I'm hanging out with Big Game, man. Having fun last night. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you see it. You see it as him. He over here trying to put it on me. It's on you. It's on you.
The drip, hanging out with
cigar guys. Y'all educate me on how to with cigars and smoke and all that. I'm a non-smoker.
Man, listen, I'm just happy to be here. That's all it is.
This feel like game day for me.
I've come a long way from little project right about 20 minutes from here, man. So every day I come up here, I'm like, damn, this is crazy.
Hey, man. Hey, I can tell when we came here, you and I had a conversation. We never talked about going to the NFL. We just talked about playing at Florida State.
Playing at Florida State, man.
Yeah, look at us now.
Get on that jumbotron, a lot of shit can happen for you, man.
Just make plays.
That's it. It's real simple.
That might be a bar.
That's a bar. That's a bar. Like, people make this game way more complicated than what it is.
Plays, man.
Make plays would be all right.
Just make plays.
See, that's what we're talking about. You said how you get money. Violence.
Man, just make plays, man. That's what we do, man. Keep it simple, stupid.
You might have to, what all Kalen doing today? He just doing the bench or he doing
216?
Woo! Boy, I've been eating. So we don't. So what you're saying is we're not going to run the 40 no more. Because just in case that's 6 pounds.
Yeah, we doing that. We're doing upper bench, the goal to 25, and field work.
You doing field work?
Yeah, field work and bench.
You gotta mic you. We're gonna mic you up.
Oh, that's good.
While we doing doing field work.
And if we get 30 on the bench, I'm ripping my shirt off.
I'm gonna get 30 on the bench.
Security.
I'm a piss tester myself, just for my own knowledge. But
Hey, let's
Like,
go,
because that's a
bro.
lot. What did he do at the? How many did it come?
He didn't do it.
He didn't do it.
He just prepared for it.
All right, I'm cool. Shit.
Yeah. Let's go, man.
Shit, man.
Let's go ahead and bump some heads and see what.
Nah, man, that's that. Again, Rob DeLoach, just an amazing pops. Did a lot of stuff. Again, as you saw right there, Insight. If you was on following me, you would have got to know that Kalen's thing. One of the biggest things that people were talking about with Kalen was, what's Kalen going to weigh? Is Kalen undersized? Kalen, is he really a safety? Remember, one person was like, he's 5'10", 195 pounds or something like that. Weighed in 210 at the combine, 216 at pro day. Really trying to get to that 220-pound number, just to be able to prove to people that he's big enough to be able to play linebacker, which he actually did. He is big enough to be able to play the linebacker position. Nothing wrong with that size. You got to be able to hit people before they get to you. And Kalen is one of those guys that did well. He got 23 reps, so Rob did not take his shirt off at the combine. But on 23 reps, shows that he's strong. On-field stuff they did wasn't really long. He's staying in Tallahassee right now. A lot of those guys are staying there waiting on phone calls. Different teams will be popping in and out of town, want to sit down, want to meet with them. I have Kalen as a second-day guy, potential third-round person. Again, just one of those kids that's just out there, got after it, man, and made plays. Every time somebody said he wasn't going to be able to do something, he was able to do it. I think once him and Tatum Bethune get into somebody's camp, you'll see them be able to stay there. But the NFL's called not for long for a reason. They are looking for body types. They are looking for different things. But it's funny that the two coaches that everybody says that everybody had a lot to say about are going to probably have some of the most productive guys. Because, again, let's just talk about it. Recruiting is cool, and that's dope. Recruiting is what sells. I remember my mentor in media told me there are three things that are always going to sell on the internet: gambling and gambling advice, porn, niche porn, and high school recruiting. If somebody can figure out how to bring all three of those together, they'll probably be a trillionaire and be able to print money. I need y'all to realize how weird that recruiting shit is. All of that lusting after little boys is not good for you as an adult. Just chill out, because what ends up happening is it's about development. Mike Norvell had a bar on the first interview I ever had from him. I can't help the star that you come in as, but what I can do is help the star that you leave. And one thing we can say is when you look at what Jared Verse came in as, when you look at Braden Fisk, what he came in as, when you look at Fabian Lovett and what he came in as, when you're looking at right now with Kalen DeLoach, a lot of you guys were trying to push Kalen DeLoach out of the door when it came to transferring. And boom, now he was one of the premier players in which we had. So great kid, great family. But again, a lot of the stuff, these guys kind of just stood on their own business with what they did. And which is kind of cool.
What's going on around here?
That part, man.
All right. I'll catch up with you.
Yep.
Oh, something turned on that I wasn't expecting to turn on. But moving forward, I said Trey Benson, maybe that's funny. That's true right there too, Grill Master. The person that provides those three things is going to be found in the jail, under the jail cell. But right now it's borderline softball war. How so many of you guys lust after these kids in 7-on-7 tournaments. The way I describe it is funny because it's what happens. It's like, do you realize how you guys talk about these little boys in short shorts with tight shirts on, sweating and glistening, with little helmets, going in there, bumping in each other, running up on each other, touching each other. And that's what you guys are saying that the little boys have to do in order to get, like, I want you to realize how weird it sounds. Grown men say that in order for, like, grown men that ain't never been recruited before, ain't never played this game at a high level for the most part, outside of your Cam Newtons, but Cam Newton isn't really involved in the day-to-day. But grown men are saying that little boys have to wear little tight shorts, wear little tight shirts, get out there, rub on each other, and bump and grind and run routes with little hats on, while fat men write articles about it, and fatter people read and watch this and say, "Oh my God, we have to get this little boy." Like it's a weird thing. If we had to describe this to an alien, it wouldn't make sense. At least the pro day side, which again is the same thing. At least people get paid. And one thing I did tell somebody, the funniest thing about 7-on-7 is some of y'all focus and natural affinity to really pay attention to high school recruiting. None of that shit ever happens again once they get to college. You know what happens with baseball? Baseball travel ball is important. You know, when you go play college, when the college baseball and when softball is over, these boys and these young men and ladies will go to different places and they will play summer league because pro scouts will watch them do this because it's important for them to play that in order for them to get to the next level. Tell me the 7-on-7 college leagues that happen over the summer. I'll wait because nobody gives a fuck about that. They've confused you guys and they told you guys that shit that don't matter matters. 7-on-7 is a 15. They took a 15-minute period in practice and monopolized it and monetized it. Excuse me. They took 15 minutes of practice on a Tuesday and Wednesday. So 30 minutes is typically what is spent, and they monetized it and they have fooled you people to make you believe that this is the only way to get your kid into college. And you know who's making the money? A bunch of people who ain't never did nothing else is making a bunch of money off of little boys. They damn near doing it, Grill Master. But I also saw this too, where they say people say Odell fell off. All he does is develop. And then you know what Odell's going to have next year? He's going to have two guys that are going to get drafted pretty decent next year too. Potentially, well, two guys, at least on the D tackle. Poochis, he gets credit for verse. But when you look at what, you know, Fabo will be in somebody's camp. Fisk is potentially, they're saying Fisk could be potentially a late first round, early second round pick. It's just he's gonna have, and then next year he'll have Farmer, Jackson. Every year he's doing something. It's at a certain point you have to ask yourself, do I want to send my kid somewhere where they're going to do a circle jerk, or do I want to send my kid somewhere where I know he's going to get developed and he's going to produce? And that's the adult part. Now, don't get me wrong, Odell recruits sometimes like he's watching, Odell's recruiting is interesting at times, but at the same time, he's an OG and he does it very well and at a high level. We were talking about my nephew, and I'm going to go ahead and bring him back up here, and we'll watch what he at. We'll watch his stuff here. This tab is that. Boom. Which one go? Yeah, we'll put that up there.
Oh man, we done had a whole fucking conversation by now, man. All right. So we good on the camera rolling now. All right, we're here with Kalen DeLoach, aka nephew. Just got done with his with a pro day. You know, how you feeling about it? How you feel you did personally, and what all did you do?
I went out here and did bench press. You know, I feel like I did good on that. And then I did position drills, you know, make sure I was fluent and smooth throughout the whole thing, and I feel like I did that. So I feel good from what I did today.
Got 23 reps on the bench press. What was it like, again, being back, not home, but being back in Tallahassee, familiar territory, and what does that compare to the NFL Combine?
I say it feels good because I get to see all my guys from my old teammates that I played with, just to see them hear them cheer me on out here. So that's the good part about the Combine because there's only 12 of us out there, so here you get everybody here, so that's what I like about it, coming back, just working out in front of the guys.
Especially seeing so many of the younger guys coming back, being able to watch Skip. Did you do that? Did you do that with the past pro days?
Oh, yeah, every pro day they had here, I was out here watching all the boys. I knew one day I was gonna have to do it, so I'm just trying to take in everything and just watch.
So how did it feel finally being able to be in that position where you get to perform?
I say it was fun. You know, I wouldn't say nervous because that's what I worked so hard for.
God damn, Farmer, get your ass
I
out.
put it on display. You know, that's all I wanted to do.
Nice big brother.
What do you want to say to Seminole fans back home watching you? You know, should they keep following you? Should they stop, or what you think you're gonna give them in the next level?
Keep following me and just continue to watch the journey. I don't feel like I'm done yet. I feel like I'm just getting started. So, just keep watching and make you proud.
Good stuff, man. We all proud of you, man.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
It might have been the lightest bump that I had the whole time. I appreciate nephew looking out for the old man right there. But again, very good with that. Trying to find these videos of the throws. Keon Coleman didn't do any of only did the wide receiver drills. Him and Johnny Wilson both did that. The person who really lit up the entire process was Akeem Dent. Akeem Dent was definitely the talk of the pro day. Do I have Keem's bench? No, I think that's Tatum benching. Yeah, I don't have Akeem benching. But yeah, Akeem really is the one who lit up the entire thing. He did 16 reps on the bench, 4.38 in the 40, very well with the different drills. Here, pop this up here. See if I can get this showing here. And if you guys have any questions while we're doing stuff, feel free. Hit me up. Hit me up in the comments. We'll go over whatever it is. Unless you're on X, I need you to make sure you come on over to Den Media Group to check us out over here. Share the screen. Share screen. Got this one here right there. So you see Fisk right here. Large mammal right there. That's not what I wanted though. All right, here we go. We can watch some of the let you watch some of these drills. Tune in on that. There we go. See Keon right there, Johnny Wilson. We're gonna watch this Johnny Wilson thing pretty good. I said this to Johnny, and I was extremely impressed. Johnny is 6'6". We rounded up with 6'7". If we get an opportunity to watch this again, I want you to look at him coming in and out of his breaks. And I was impressed. Now, the quarterback who was throwing to everybody was Brock. And Brock actually didn't do bad. Still needs some things going, but like that's just the cool thing. Imagine like how Brock's feeling right now. He's getting an opportunity to throw in front of all these NFL scouts, so they're getting early information on them now. Let's go back to the beginning. There we go. See Keon right there, boom, right there, and now you got Johnny here. Watch the That's impressive how big he is to get in and out of those cuts, man. Shout out. Then obviously Jaheim Bell was there as well. More footage of the wide receivers. Keon, I should have got me one of them sweatshirts. I should have told Keon come up off of that shirt. So Johnny actually looks the smoothest out of all of them. But shout out to Mr. Stand on Business, Jaheim there. Had his whole family out there. Show y'all step. Look how good my stepson looks. Boy out there, boy made some money right here. We were talking about Akeem. Akeem made some good bread. Did his thing. Got an update. Sorry about that. Team did his thing. It was just cool to see all these guys do their stuff. Here's some D-line. I think there's more drills right here. Mr. Stand on business. Jaheim, all he did was the drills. He did a lot of that stuff. And what people don't realize is how hard it is to do these drills. How hard it is to do these drills when it's just you. That shit's tiring, man. You see the man Mike right there, White Mike there. You see Jay Trav hanging out there as well. Guys getting coached up all the way in the back. And I don't know who this girl is, but we're gonna shout her out, man. Yeah, is my arrow showing on? Is my arrow showing on her right here? This girl right here wears this contraption. She wore this all over Indy, doing filming stuff, and she was all over the place with here. I know they're not whatever they paying her. They need to pay her a lot more money. So she did some good work. She did some good work. Let's see what this one is. I didn't watch this, so we're watching this together. All right, so there you see broccoli. So we're trying to get this while all these NFL scouts and coaches are in the way. Like, look at Brock's lower half, man. Brock looked like they've been working out, man. Oh. So that's Keon went up first, running out routes. That was Johnny. Watch this one right here. A little slow on the delivery. Got to get a little bit better with that. It's also now who they're practicing with. Right here, you see Jamie Robinson enjoying the view, chopping it up there. A bunch of young older nose coming in play. Fun stuff. We're gonna play this right here though, as we shift into talking about spring ball. Listen to Yak talk about Trey Benson.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Big Game. I'm here with Coach David Johnson.
Is this not playing? Well, this stuff not playing?
Call him the running back whisperer. Right now, he's probably got the hottest running back on NFL draft boards right now. And we'll talk a little bit about that room that I saw you.
Hold on.
Yesterday, and I told you, I actually think it might have something even better going on this upcoming season. But
I didn't see Mike McDaniel there.
Seeing Trey
Grill
Benson
master
go through the whole process, and I know you were in Indy, but then even now, like, what were some of the things that you saw that stood out about his performance?
I think the biggest thing is he continued to work. He never stopped. He put a lot of hard work in, a lot of details to everything. And he's the type of kid that this is his ultimate dream. So to kind of see him go through this process, kind of attack everything that was on the table for him, I think it's big. That's why he's in the position he's in, probably being one of the number one running backs coming off the board.
What are some of the intangibles that he has that will make him a good running back in the NFL?
I think the biggest thing is he's extremely hard to tackle. He had over 300 carries, no fumbles. He can catch the ball off the backfield. He's really strong. You know, and that's one of the big things that a lot of people say about him, being a real strong back, hard to tackle. That's what they're looking for in the NFL. They're looking for somebody to run the ball and get cold.
That 4-3. Did we really see that, or was that something that really shocked everybody?
I don't think it shocked him. Actually, he thought he could have ran faster. He'd been saying that the entire time. The speed guys he'd been working with, he knew in his mind he was going to run 4.3. You know, but it surprised everybody to be that big and to run a 4.3. I thought that kind of set him over the top.
That's definitely really, really impressive. But kind of getting a little peek into what we got here going on in the 2024 season. What's that running back room looking like? Or what are some of the, obviously you can't pick one guy. I don't want you to do that. But who are some of the surprises that you think FSU fans are going to look out for? Who could potentially be that next Trey Benson?
I think the biggest thing the guy we always forget about is LT. LT is up to 200 pounds. Rodell is looking really good. Kazai's looking really good. You have Cam Davis, who just came in. He's doing his thing as a freshman. You have Sam Singleton, who put on some weight, he's probably at 205 right now. And then we have the other guy who just came from Indiana is really good. You know, you have Jalen Lucas. You know, I call it Dynamite. You know, he's looking really good. He's going to be able to play his role. So we got some guys in there, and they understand their role, and we're going to continue to push each other.
And how do you, as a coach, continue to have these guys be able to be patient? Everybody, it's only one ball. Everybody wants the ball. Everybody wants this. How do you keep them having that camaraderie without them being like jealous?
I think the biggest thing is you live for competition. This is what stars come to shine. They understand that everybody has a role. Now, most of them not going to get the ball 20, 30 times a game, but they do have permission to run as far as they want to every time they get it. So you have to.
I don't know if y'all caught that gym right there.
So talking to a lot of other legends, Carlos, different guys like that, they were in rooms with a lot of guys. So that's a part of that's a tradition at the school.
I always tell people that. But I was coached by Billy Sexton, and I don't ever remember us having just one guy. Even Greg Jones shared the ball, Warwick Dunn shared the ball. Everybody shared the ball. It's a lot of wear and tear. You've actually been really, really not a bit successful at making sure these guys are good, coached up, as well as staying healthy. So I appreciate it. I know I'm excited about this season coming up. So guys, we got David Johnson, obviously pro day coverage here. You're going to see this best running back coach in the nation. I'm biased, but who cares? It's my channel.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. All right, baby.
All right, man.
Y'all have a good one.
All right.
Appreciate you.
So Coach Yak right there bragging about his babies, getting into all that. Here, one more thing. I haven't put this one up yet. So this is
It happens, man. You look good in them girls, man. Singing the heck for them.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Cool.
I got the business.
Boss man wants you, so I ain't gonna. When he I know what that cue is when he stands right there. That means he's saying, "Hey, you need to wrap that shit up. We gotta go."
that's Derek. Thought he got more of our convo. Everybody wants to know. J-Trap didn't do anything but just show up, look good.
Yeah, man. Keep it up, man. Looking forward to the next journey, man. So, you got any interviews or any other stuff lined up, or just really just vibing? Yeah. Understood. Hey, what's up, man? I'm good, man.
That's J-Trap's agent.
Yeah.
It's also Anthony Richardson's agent.
Yeah, my guy. Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah, he was telling me, like, he says, like, the motherfucker can't walk. I was like, but now, when I saw him take that he came to the combine, was walking around good, so, yeah, cool.
Now I want y'all to see last but not least before we get into other stuff, so fun stuff here. Mike Norvell signing stuff with the troops.
How you feel, Coach? That's a hell of a day, right? Colonel Johnson, some capital COL, and then Johnson, and just.
I'm still a fan, so I got to get my signatures in and help other people out.
What's that?
You're down to race any regular guys like myself?
Oh, Lord. The only time I ever run is when I'm at practice.
General HAAS. HAA.
2 A's.
2 A's, yes, sir. Yes. And he's the actual guy over the National Guard. And he used to run ROTC here. And then, so I could still be a dad. We just put Trey. He's mad at me because he wasn't here. But I told him I'll bring him to the practice because everybody wants to know his opinion.
R-E-Y or just R-E?
R-E-Y.
Just send him the bill, Mike. do it for free. Just send it to him. He'll pay for it.
As good as I'm talking about him, I'm here to get him another $10 million. I'm trying to keep him forever, man. Oh man.
You know when you're ready to race.
Oh, my bad. One. You got the.
And so Anton Stone puts up there about Sam Singleton being the guy, and that is true. Sam Singleton might be the surprise guy. I think he's super explosive. I want to give you guys an opinion that's strong. Looking at all of this stuff, there's a lot of uncut stuff, man. These guys get here it is right here. This right here. You want to know what it's like in spring ball for a guy for true. Nobody has this right here. Only you guys are going to hear this. What is it like being a true freshman, an early enrollee true freshman at Florida State?
That's actually, I see yesterday, man. That shit fast as hell, ain't it? I was telling somebody, they're like, oh, I said, nah, it's not called struggling. That's called bitch you ain't never seen everybody run those fast times. And
Well, the first day I did real well. I think yesterday they had me just do these rollout plays, and the defense was doing some crazy shit that I haven't seen before. So
they doing that shit where they like I saw it like 3 years ago. It was crazy. Like when it looked like cover 3, but they run man. It's like this motherfucker here is gonna spike here, then and so you like no, okay, we run man. I know he's gonna go. Then all of a sudden he ain't where he was at, and then now he's there. You like, oh shit.
yeah, you see he looked wide open, you throw thing, and all of a sudden some dude's flying out of nowhere.
It's my
Other media can't give them this kind of advice.
But like I tell people, the first game I ever played was 0-2 Miami. So that's Sean Taylor, Philip Buchanan. Like, just I played against 13 first-round draft picks on defense against Miami in my 4 years, and I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
All I saw was they had orange jerseys, and all I saw was just orange blurs, and I was just like, all right, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna run at one of these blurs. It might be my guy, it might be somebody else's guy, but then I remember that game. That was like week 5, and then we played Florida. And by the time we played Florida, I was like, man, I'm back in high school again. It got so much slower, but them cats over there fast.
Yeah, he got in trouble. I ain't mad at him. I was a freshman skipping class to enjoy pro day as well. So just good stuff right there. So going into the practices, I saw somebody, a couple people ask about it. For those who want to know, Luke had a really good day yesterday. In general, again, they're looking like where they're supposed to be at. Defense is typically always ahead of the offense. And at this point of in the early spring, early fall camp, you're trying to install stuff, especially having a new signal caller. Obviously with DJU, Brock, and Luke. So you've got two of your 3 guys, obviously, well, 4 actually, 3 of your actual guys. I believe his last name is Jackson. I actually liked what I saw in him. That's the walk-on from Orlando. That was a 4-star quarterback. You got guys who are trying to learn what is expected of them and what they are doing, all the while going up against guys who actually know what they're doing. So most of the guys on the defense, more people return than what they don't. And I was talking about this on Renegade Report. And this is something I want people to really understand and kind of wrap their minds around and think about. On that defense, currently, and this is just the ones, I'm not even going too far in depth right now. You got Azariah, who's probably going to be everybody's high on. A lot of NFL scouts are high on, and he should be a high drafted guy. You got Fintrell, who is going to be a high drafted guy. Shane Brown, who will probably be a really good drafted guy. Earl Little, we will hope we get 2 years out of Earl, but even if we only get 1, it's going to be a high drafted guy. This is just for next year. I'm not even going into the Conrad Hussies, the Kirklands, the Edwin Josephs, and the Charles Lesters, the Barkers, all these other cats. I'm not going into that. That's just 4 guys right there. We got DJ Lundy, at linebacker. We know DJ Lundy's going to be a combine guy, probably more than likely going to get drafted. Has looked very, very good in the couple practices that I've got a chance to witness. Marvin Jones Jr. If he does what if he's anywhere between what Jared Verse was able to give us and what Jermaine Johnson was going to be able to gave us. You talk about another drafted guy. At 6 right now that we're at. Darrell Jackson. Joshua Farmer's not out there yet. So we're at 8 on defense. And that's not including Lolo, who I believe Lolo's a senior this year. He's only going to be able to give us 1. Lolo's one of those guys. Lolo's 6'4", but he's so symmetrically thick that it doesn't even, like, he looks short and stocky until you run up on him. But that's 8 to 9 guys on defense, potential combine invites. That's not, there ain't a high school in the world that looks like that you're going to come from out of. Defensively, DJU, if he goes 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio like he's done the last 2 seasons, he's going to get a shot. Toa is going to get a shot. Roydell is going to get a shot. Malik Benson is going to get a shot. And I'm not going to pretend to you like, oh, man, Mike. You see what I'm saying, Mike? You see what I'm saying? And my bad. I said AZ. Pat P is the one that everybody was talking about at the combine. And he's gaining weight. Oh, man, I can't believe, man. That was a rookie mistake right there, man. Mike, shout out to my greenies for keeping me on point. My bad, Pat P. That was no disrespect. I did not mean, I pray that it's not taken as disrespect. Blame that on the brain, not the heart, baby. But, oh, my bad. Somebody just sent me some of the moonshine we're going to have at the tailgate. All that to say is that's a hellacious defense. And there's still more that are going to be good. I think we got a team that I keep saying 2022, but there's some 2023 in it, 2022 with 2023 expectations. There's a lot of stuff that's in there that they can be pretty good. And then just the banging and the moving around. This offensive line, these wide receivers will not see the amount of talent that they see in practice every day outside of a couple games. And what's crazy about that is Florida State has not been like that since Jimbo. And before that, it had been quite some time before Florida State had been able to see those things. So I want the people who are listening right now, I want you to hear me. There's going to be a couple things that right now Mike is going to use the transfer portal as well as high school recruiting to be able to formulate and develop the team that he wants week in and year in and year out. The goal is to win games. They'll have 8 to 10 people drafted this year. They'll have 8 to 10 people probably drafted next year, if not more. The year after that, 2025, the schedule is very similar to 2024. They'll have 8 to 10 drafted again. When you add all of that stuff up, there is not going to be the recruiting will do what it needs to do for itself. The recruiting will handle itself. When I see Kirby come around, Kirby doesn't have to. Nick didn't have to do all of that pomp and circumstance. They just showed them the wins. Ryan Day didn't have to do all of that. They just showed them the wins and showed them the draft, the guys getting drafted. That is where we're edging toward. And that really does very well in the transfer report. It's all about development. You see what these guys look like. You see what these guys are doing. Akeem Dent, the guy that came through the program, all those different, like, again, it's an exciting time to be around FSU currently because you're seeing the results of how far they had to come, how they had to dig themselves to where they are right now. And that's a testament to Mike, the staff, and everybody else. I don't know what to tell you guys, but it's not a bad thing. It's a fun time. So, the pro day, I wish I could give you more, but everybody did so well at the combine that the pro day was short. It wasn't even really as long as it could have been. Outside of some of the clips that we got, and you guys can check out a majority of that stuff here shortly on YouTube, which there is stuff up there already, but more things will be put up there soon. But they're going to keep churning it out. They're going to keep doing things. They're going to keep balling out, and it's going to be like the only thing people are going to be able to come at you is for trolling for things that don't even matter. And the mindset that I take, I don't troll because trolling doesn't pay me. But I know a lot of times people like to get into the back and forth and with all of the other shit, but like, this is what it is. So what I'll do is right now, I'll open it up for the YouTubers. If y'all have any questions right now about what you would like to know about spring ball for the first week, anything in general. I did see that Riley Leonard hurt himself again. And Notre Dame's going to have another quarterback going up there. Riley Leonard was not changing shit. I don't give a damn. Now, they do have a wide receiver who was a former Mandarin Mustang that came from FIU. That was balling last year, but I'm not afraid of Notre Dame, even playing up there. That should be a good game, but I think, hell, we should have beat Brian Kelly and Notre Dame last time we played them with a lot less talent. And that Notre Dame squad was a lot better. But if anybody has any questions, time to do it. I gotta get better at this stuff. Like Lucas Simmons. How does Lucas Simmons how does he look? Or like how is he like looks the part? The problem with Florida State right now, and I'm gonna pull up a actual roster. Like I like using ourlads.com. I don't know what everybody else uses. Ourlads does a good job of not just providing the depth charts and things like that. And the roster, they provide like the year. You can see sometimes they even put like colors on it, so you can see if they're a transfer. You can see if they have a grade on them. Like that happens sometimes a little bit later. Yeah, they already got these players, some of the older players out of there. But let me pull this roster up here. I ain't answering you, Rhodes, because you're on X, and we don't talk to people on Twitter. I need you to come over here to YouTube, and I still won't entertain that negativity that you're putting up there because you're my friend. All right, so here's the issue. They don't even have them. Do they have them on there? I'm missing. They don't have them on there. They need to have them on there, but. The problem with what a lot of people want, right? They want Armella to be playing right away. They want Lucas to be playing, and he should be up here. So they don't have this isn't full. But Darius Washington is going to be the starting left tackle. He's cemented. He's a drafted guy. TJ Ferguson is the guy who just came over from Bama. He's gonna play. Now, what I believe, my personal belief about Richie Leonard is that Richie Leonard is going to be battling here because Maurice Smith has been injury prone some years. That might be where he fits in right there. Jermaine Byers, Keandre Jones. This is the first time our offensive line has had some years where we have some age there. We're doing really, really good. We got some guys with massive size. And we're doing well. So it's going to be difficult to just come in just because you were recruited. And if that causes somebody to transfer out, then you got to do what you got to do. You can't be. I mean, my guy D Haven is getting up there like when you guys was there, bro. Like, think about all the cats that I know it's a different area. Like, people like to say the kids are different, and I don't think the kids are different. I think the adults have changed. That's a Bobby Bowden quote right there. Bobby says the kids have never changed. It's the adults that change. But, like, think about all them cats that y'all had there in 99, dog, when you was up there, bro. Like, shit. I mean, I'm over you talking what you had. Shit, I was just talking about my not Forrester. Y'all had God rest the dead. You had Sharon that's passed. You had Tarlos. You had Brett, who was young. You had Ty, who was young. Then you had you had so many guys that were there. And some of them that teams don't even FSU fans ain't even gonna know who they are. It's the beautiful thing of having depth. And if that prevents us from being able to recruit other cats, then shit, we'll live and die by this. But we got a lot of seniors, which means that 2025 we're gonna have a lot of guys that are gonna have no choice but to play. So tour duty, what the different colored jerseys mean. I know this, you don't want to have the orange jersey. The orange jersey means like you suck. Or you're in a doghouse or some shit like that. So that's the color jersey that I know I would never want with tour duty. Antoine Stone asked, how are the second year DBs looking? Jones, Joseph, Kirkland. Hussey's the better one out of everybody right now. Jones, we saw Jones actually in the bowl game. Jones is like, it's crazy how good our fucking secondary is and how much competitive it is. A bunch of guys 5'11", like not just safeties, but like everybody, like 5'11 and a half to about 6'2", good hips, can run, can turn, do a whole bunch of other different things. No nonsense. How do I obtain credentials? Very difficult. You have to go. I actually showed the guy on here in some of the clips. You gotta go Dare Satterfield. They typically only credential what they call approved media. So like your Sports Illustrated, 247, Rivals, other people. Like, I've gone through the process. They credentialed me back in 2018. They credentialed me back in 2018. The things I wasn't able to do, I decided that I don't want to be considered beat for Florida State. So I just do my thug dizzle. And I love being a former player and the access that I get as a former player. And then sometimes I'll come on here and do a podcast and we'll just talk about shit. And that's about it. They had a big recruiting weekend. I'll find out about it tomorrow when I see Tramel at practice. I'll ask more questions about the recruiting weekend. That's not me. I'm into recruiting a little bit. I'm not a big recruiting guy. But I do know there's some guys in Georgia that we're trying to get. The guy who was crystal ball, I think he wanted to commit this weekend. Not sure if he was able to do it. We were supposed to have the kid that committed to Auburn. He was supposed to come over from Georgia. So we have a lot of Georgia cats. We have some Florida guys. We'll see. How's Mo Smith doing? Feeling better? I guess. I feel like Hussey could see good playing time. What do you think? Hussey was getting a lot of playing time. Hussey should be, right now they're saying Brown might be the other safety, but I think Hussey will be. They'll have a rotation. In my opinion, I don't see. Even though Devontae Brown looks good, and I've been hearing some stuff like that, I don't want y'all trolling off of shit that I'm saying, but like, I'm hearing he's feeling like he's getting coached up and developed a little bit more. Maybe our defense fits his skill set a little bit better than the defense in which he just left, which would make sense because we try to get both he and his brother last year during the recruiting process. We weren't able to get either one of them, and then he kind of doubled back. But I mean, it's just some depth that's there. Earl Little can play that same safety. Hussey can play that. Greedy Vance. Those guys can really just all roll around. We got enough safeties to where now Kevin Knowles can go back to corner, which I know a lot of people really bashed him last year. He did fuck up a little bit, but he was playing a position that wasn't his natural position. I don't. Again, this is me. I don't get into the games like this. Like, who do you think will lose to the transfer portal this summer? And it's mainly because I don't want to lose any of these guys. But naturally, we're over scholarship limits. So, like, don't disregard the column to the right. Regard everything here to the left. Even though I did not see Lucas Simmons up in there, but we're going to have to, like, I think if we're going to have guys leave because we have to trim fat, the fat where we will trim it'll be an offensive lineman or two. Maybe this thing is something we don't know because one of them is not here that I would say. I do believe we'll probably get rid of a wide receiver or two. That will be where we get rid of some. That's where we'll get rid of some of the fat. Outside of that, not really seeing us not, us cutting a lot of people. But I do think we need something. We need somebody. We need another body in the D tackle. So like even on this right here, they have Daniel Lyons, but they don't have Sampson listed as a D tackle. Sampson is here from North Carolina. They need we're going to need another D tackle or two. But I don't think they're going to go chase something. They're going to go find the most quality person that they can find to be able to make, because I think this roster is pretty solid, pretty strong. Hey, JC, for NFL prospects training for the Combine, Pro Day, and private visits with NFL teams, do the student athletes get a tutor or homework package to finish out the semester or what? All right, that's really a good question. And I can answer that from experience. So in theory, I walked December of 2005. I did not complete my degree until spring. The reason why, because I could have graduated in the summer of 2005. But we talked about stuff. I slowed it down. I took the 12 credits that I needed to take to be eligible for the NCAA. I purposely failed 2 classes so that I can get the full scholarship check in the spring while I was doing my combine training. And there's some transparency here. And what I did is you sign up for classes and you go talk to your professors, and there's always friendly professors. One of them was Dr. Billy Close, who ran track at Florida State. And I actually went to high school with his niece, TJ Close. But Dr. Billy Close, I took a class with him. And then my favorite professor was Dr. Maxine Jones. I took a history class. What Dr. Jones did was she gave me 5 books that I had to read, and I had to write reports on them. Dr. Close had some worksheets and some things that I had to do. They give you these things, and it's up to you to be able to finish it. Now, if you do need a tutor, you do have full access because you're still on the roster. You do have full access to be able to go to study hall. And if you need a tutor, they'll give it to you. But that shouldn't affect your private visits with NFL teams, because you're not, like most people, you're not going to class during this time. It's not something that's optimal. Most of your focus has to be on training, recovery, and learning the nuances of the game so that you can speak better, so that you can take we had the Wonderlic test then. They don't do that anymore, I don't believe. But, they're going to put you on the chalkboard or the grease board or whatever. They're going to put you up there. They're going to have you draw up plays. They're going to ask you about what would you do here. They're going to ask you, what would you do? Like for me, you run a route. It's cover 2 instead of man. What would you do on this? Would you sit here? Where would you go? What part of the zone would you exploit? So there's things that they're going to ask you that is going to be relative to what you would be as a ball player. So, but that's a good question because there are a lot of guys who want to finish. Then there's some guys who just say, "Man, fuck school. I'll figure it out when I get done." I'm a guy who's a lot different than everybody else because, like, I didn't come from I didn't come from means. So, like, our full scholarship check, I think, was like $1,500 a month at that time. So I already had all my bills paid from my agent and my meals covered. So I'm just thinking in my head, like, yo, this is an extra $1,500 a month, man. I got a kid. I got a jet, man. I want to make sure that this is like everything is taken care of the right way. So kind of wish I would have went ahead and graduated when I was supposed to. But, shit happens. So those are some good questions. Anybody, we already had an hour. We'll try to wrap it up here a little bit. If anybody else has any other questions, feel free on the YouTube to do it. I'm with you. Chris puts, I don't want to lose Armella. And I agree with you. I don't want to lose any of these guys, but I want to win more than I don't want to lose somebody. And, too often we're worried about one of the things we didn't do last year as a fan base is like everybody was out. We're not going to be able to sustain. This is unsustainable. We're not going to be able to do this. Then it made us say stupid shit like we rely too much on the 50-50 ball. We do this, we do that, we do this, we do that. We win. That's what we do. And if a guy like that, a guy wants to leave, God bless him. They got to do what's best for them. But I think right now, when we look at it, all things considered, everything lines up for if he's a key contributor and getting reps, and you never know what happens if somebody gets hurt. In 2024, he is going to be a starter in 2025 regardless. And it's a wild world, but we got Rob Scott. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 at minimum seniors on the offensive line. That means jobs are going to open up after that. Trevor, what's your opinion on Trevor Jackson? Trevor Jackson, is that the jit who the 4-star from Orlando that walked on? Let me make sure because I don't want to talk about something. Contrary to popular belief, I don't like talking about things that I'm not 100. Oh, yeah. That's him. Man, that kid's a good-looking athlete, man. Good-looking athlete. Could throw it, man. He made some throws. I was just like, yo, well, all right. Most competitive quarterback room I've seen in quite some time at Florida State. DJU still has some things they got to grow on. He's getting comfortable with the offense, doesn't understand everything yet. A little slow in his delivery, but I think that will come with time because, again, I don't know what he saw at Clemson. I know we way more talented on both sides of the ball than what he saw at Oregon State. It's a little different. Jackson is coming in. Again, if that's the bottom of your quarterback room, you've done a really good job. I actually made this comment with the transfer portal some years ago. Personally, I believe you should have at every other year, you got to bring in 2. And you bring in the guy that you think is going to be that you feel is going to be the guy. And you bring in the guy that you feel is going to be the guy to make sure that your room ain't gutted if somebody doesn't become the guy. And that's your development person. And if you do it right, after 2 to 3 years, that development guy should be there and able to at least give you competition as that sophomore or somebody else that's there you believe is going to take it. And sometimes you may have to have them walk on. But I think Jackson's athletic enough to where if it don't work out at quarterback, they will stereotype his ass and put him at wide receiver. But I actually think he's a good-looking quarterback, and he has dreads. I would not mind seeing some dreadlocks again coming out of the back of a helmet. Shout out to my guy Xavier Lee. He's nowhere near as big as Xavier Lee, but I thought he was a good looking kid. Oh, guy didn't mention Big Meech at Pro Day. And Casey Roddick. Big Meech actually did really, really good. Was moving for a big guy. Casey had a statement that he got developed more in Florida State than he ever got developed at at Colorado. I'm not going to get into that. I did have some video. I don't know exactly where it's at, but that shit was funny, man, when he said that. But it's a lot of talent. Did I talk about Sean Murphy? Sean Murphy's good. I like Sean Murphy, Justin Cryer, Blake Nicholson, and Omar Graham were guys that have been shouted out that are doing well. And I just want y'all to step back again. Sean Murphy was a 4-star, I believe, coming out. He's a sophomore right now. So right now on that roster is 1, 2, 3. There are 3 4-star linebackers. I think Omar Graham was a 3-star, but you have 3 4-star linebackers. I know everybody's like, oh, we ain't recruiting well a linebacker. We have 3 4-star linebackers under Randall Shannon. I just want you to take a step back and understand that and just relax. We're not gonna get 5 stars every week, but if Sean Murphy comes in right now and he gives us a hell of a year this year, he gives us 70 tackles. Then he comes in his next year, his junior year, and he gives us 100 tackles. Name me the 5-star. Like that. What's the difference between? And he gets drafted in the 2nd round. That's fucking what we want from a 5-star. He gave us what we would want from a 5-star linebacker, except for he was a transfer portal guy. We're getting everything that we want in this manner. It just doesn't look like what we're used to looking like. So, outside of that, man, it's 6:42 here on a Sunday. My kids are out of the spring break. We got to get them ready for school. I got to get me some supper so I can get some food and get to chilling. I appreciate you guys coming here and hanging out with me tomorrow morning. If somehow we get 552 subs in the next day, we would do our giveaway tomorrow morning on Big Games BS live from Goodfellas Cigar Lounge. And we'll do those numbers there. The goal is to get to 6,000. Again, we're trying to get to 10,000 on the year. If we get to 10,000 before football season, I will give away a pair of FSU season tickets to a fan. Or if you're not a fan of FSU, and as long as you're not a fan of Florida, we'll try to figure out something for you. So on that note, man, I appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me, and we will see you guys next time.